You're listening to episode 7 of the Afros and Pixie Dust podcast, Diz Girl Eats with Carise. Hey Diz friends, welcome to episode 7 of the Afros and Pixie Dust podcast. I am your host, June. This past Sunday was Mother's Day, and while I'm not necessarily too big on holidays, I was happy to spend some time with my mom and my sisters and my nieces. My mom and I got to spend some time cooking together, which we don't get to do very often. And we ended up making a vegan-ish lasagna. I call it vegan-ish because I'm not exactly sure if the lasagna noodles were vegan, but I'm just happy I don't have to cook for the rest of the week. I hope you all had a great weekend as well. This week's guest is Carise. She is a Renaissance woman. She is a graphic designer, a marketing guru, a co-owner of a Disney small shop called Attractioneering, and she is also a vegan chef. She highlights her dishes over on her personal Instagram page at Carise Lene. I love following her stories about finding vegan options at restaurants, and she has been a great resource for me since I've transitioned to a vegan diet this past fall. If any of you out there are aspiring vegans, you may want to take notes because she gives some really great tips. And now, let's get into my conversation with Carise. Hello, Carise. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you, June?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. So, first off, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Carise, as you guys probably already heard. I was born in Florida, but I've lived all over and in the north, in the south, mostly a southern girl though. And I moved back here after, college and everything. So now I'm just living the Disney life here in Celebration.
Awesome. So, when did your love of Disney start?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Since I was little, obviously I loved, Disney princesses and cartoons and things like that. And then after, I would say it kind of fell off. I became like a Nickelodeon girl. Don't hate on me. I was like in love.
Truth is, I knew Nickelodeon before I knew anything about Disney.
I mean, yeah, it was cool.
Nickelodeon was
Exactly
free when I was growing up, and Disney you had to pay
Yes.
for it. So I was like, well, there you go.
Yes, I didn't start learning about Disney until I had that good life, But my mom
Exactly.
did take me to the parks and stuff when I was little, and then I recently fell back in love with it after I met Steve about 6 years ago. So, which is my significant other. But yeah, we fell in love with Disney. Well, he fell in love with it first, but I was just kind of there, and then I was like, oh, I kind of like this too, and here I am.
So you were like the accepting significant other.
And I was like, okay, you have an obsession, you have a problem, it's okay. And then eventually I was like, oh, okay, I understand why he likes this.
Was there like a specific turning point?
I would probably say I was watching Festival of Fantasy when it first debuted a couple years ago. And I don't know, it was just like dressed up all cute. And like, I was just like, wow, I really love the vibe. Like, I feel like a kid. And I understand why he likes feeling like a kid. It's an escape from corporate world. And it's just perfect. So, yeah.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen Festival of Fantasy, the signature float is Maleficent, and she breathes fire, and you got to see it. It's really amazing. I mean, now that she's back as well.
I was devastated when she was gone. I really was hurt, but we're good now. We're good. It's kind of like how I felt with Paint the Night. That was another turning point parade for me. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
You gotta go.
Is it in Disneyland right now? Okay, so hopefully I'll see it this summer. Hopefully.
You gotta go.
So what would you say is your favorite Disney movie or show?
Favorite Disney movie is probably going to be Oliver and Company. Super underrated. But that was like my favorite movie when I was a little kid. I used to binge it over and over and over again. Show, I didn't really watch Disney Channel, but I do remember liking Even Stevens a lot.
So what made you love Oliver and Company?
I just really loved cats. Aristocats is my second favorite.
Okay.
I really love cats, and I could never have one because my mom was allergic, so that was like my way to have one. Just watch it every day.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Which character would you say you identify with the most from any movie or show or anything Disney related?
Oh gosh, that is a good question. I really don't. This is a sad like Black girl problem, but I really don't.
Yeah.
I guess I really feel like it's basic to say Tiana, but Tiana because she's hardworking, and I'm very very hardworking. But there are a plethora of other characters that I could probably relate with, but I'd say Tiana's struggle is probably the closest to mine because I worked so hard that I didn't value, at one point in my life, I didn't even value like what was really important, which is like, family and love and things like that. So, yeah, I'd probably say Tiana.
Yeah. I mean, she's a running theme here, which is not surprising.
Yeah. Sad life.
I mean, even just as she is a Black character, she's a Black female character, but I think a lot of Black women, and I think it's showing now, even with the trends that Black women are like the most, I guess, successful women, demographic in the United States right now, because we throw ourselves into our work. Like that's what we've learned. We've learned to work. Like that's what you do. And I mean, that's what Tiana did. She was a hard worker, so much so that sometimes she ignored, anything else in life.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're all digging a
Absolutely.
little deeper. Okay, you can tell I'm a little.
No, you're good, girl. You're good.
Okay. So, what are some ways that you like to express your Disney fandom?
Through my Instagram, mostly. That's where I really like to express. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. You can probably hear her in the background.
Okay.
But that's where I like to express my Disney fandom. It's really my Instagram through pictures. I love taking photos. I create products with my other Instagram, my small shop Attractioneering, and me and Steve just think of like crazy ideas like, why hasn't anybody done this? Why hasn't Disney done this? And then we'll just make it. We'll save up money and make it. And it's just like, that's pretty much how I express myself.
That's awesome. I mean, it is a great muse, Disney in general. What's some of your favorite pieces that you've created?
I wish I could tell you, but one of them we're not premiering until later, in 2 weeks.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, we're.
Oh, okay. Well, this episode may.
Oh, yeah, perfect. So if you guys see it by then, Attractioneering will be debuting a new product. We'll probably have a Kickstarter running for it because it's quite expensive. But that is my favorite thing that we've created, and I have to say that's 100% Steve's idea and my design. So. It's just awesome. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Yeah, now I'm like,
yeah.
I'm talking. So you live in Celebration, which is very close to Disney World. How often do you go to the parks, whether it's Disney World or in the other Disneylands?
Let me say, it feels like forever when I haven't been in a week, which is like right now. So it feels like forever right now. But I'd say like we go like every other day or every 2-3 days. Yeah, wow. We live 10 minutes away. So
when you go that often, is there particular things you do or see or?
We're the laziest park goers. We just go, even if it's just for like an hour, we'll just pop in, get something to eat, chill, enjoy the weather. if we're going to lounge around, we'll just, drink or whatever. We don't really like ever make a plan unless it's like about business or something like that, or a media event. But otherwise it's just like, let's go chill. Let's go eat something,
Cool. And it's your
Yeah.
backyard, so why
Yeah,
not?
exactly.
What are some of your favorite things that you do in the parks?
My favorite thing to do is this sounds so bad, but it's just eating. I love eating food.
Okay. Well, that's perfect segue
Yes, it is.
into so you're a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm a baby vegan. I started probably last fall.
Okay.
But how long have you been
I've been
vegan?
vegan for almost 5 years this year. I'll be vegan 5 years in June.
And what made you decide to change your diet?
Uh, this is funny. So I was sitting with a bowl of fried chicken, right? Watching what was it, Food Inc. on Netflix, and I was like, if I could finish this whole bowl of chicken without feeling anything, feeling remorse or feeling like grossed out or feeling anything, then I am not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that needs to change. And my family also has like a history of heart disease and stuff, which is why I was watching it in the first place. So I'm watching the documentary and I'm like, nah, I can't finish this. And I literally just threw everything away and started over overnight. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. That's pretty cool. I'm a little selfish about my choices.
Hey, man, it doesn't matter.
I had to take a break from exercising, so I was like, okay, so just so I don't regain this weight, let me change my
It
diet a
doesn't
little
matter.
bit.
It really doesn't matter. If it's for you, that's
But it's
all
not.
that matters.
Yeah, it ended up
Yeah.
sticking. So, and now I'm being more conscious about those
Well,
choices.
that's
So,
good.
guess it worked. So, in Disney, and you being a vegan, are there a lot of vegan options?
Yes, Walt Disney World is just overwhelming. Honestly, it's kind of like I'm friends with Amanda Tinney, aka Vegan Disney Food. She's great, but yeah, we go out to eat a lot, and it's always the problem is where do we eat? It's not what do we eat because it's just too much to choose from. So I would say Disney's it's plentiful. Yeah,
Okay. Which park would you say has the best vegan
Animal
options?
Kingdom.
And what would you say is like your favorite?
I love Asian food, which is why I say Animal Kingdom. Sure, you could go to Epcot for that too, but I feel like the Asian food at Yak and Yeti, for example, is like the best food you can get. Honestly, it's so good. There's like 10 things you can modify to be vegan there. It's just a great sit down. It's usually quiet in there. I have a Landry's card, so I get priority seating. It's just awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. And you talked about modifying. So is that option available at a lot of places
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
park?
absolutely. Even recently, they just came out with like this full plant-based menu and it tells you like what you can modify. I think it's only for Magic Kingdom right now, but I heard they're rolling it out for all the parks soon. But you can like instead of meat, you get tofu, or instead of egg noodles, they'll have rice noodles, or whatever you need. They're pretty accommodating.
Cool. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
it's really cool.
So what would be your advice for anyone that's interested in transitioning to a vegan diet?
If you're one of those people that performs well cold turkey, I would say do it cold turkey, but don't do like some crazy challenge. I think people who do like, oh, I'm only gonna eat raw food, those kinds of people, they don't last. um, that's just hard to keep up with. Just eat how you would eat, except just replace things to start, and then gradually turn yourself into trying new flavors and experiencing new things. The best part, in my opinion, about vegan food is the science of putting it together. You can really create something out of nothing.
What's some of your favorite meals to make at home?
My favorite thing to make at home. Oh, if you follow my Instagram, I cook a lot of different things. But I guess my favorite thing to make at home is probably chicken pot pie, and that's chicken with an apostrophe. And Yeah, but oh my God, that is like my favorite thing to make. It's not healthy whatsoever, but it is so good.
I know. I think there's a little misconception that like just because you're vegan that you're
Oh
eating
no,
pretty
no, no,
well.
no. I'll be the first one to tell you. I've definitely been through a spot where I've been like, oh, I gained 10 pounds. Oh no. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit too much hot sauce on
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
So vegan diets versus vegan lifestyle. Have you started to transition into a vegan lifestyle or?
I've already been living it. I was lucky enough to go that route when I started. Like you said, it's going to be harder for you to accept a lifestyle. But most of what I use is vegan. If I can avoid it. I mean, I'm not crazy. Like if something, isn't directly vegan, but it's like medicine, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like, whatever I can prevent, I do. I definitely live a lifestyle and try to respect animals as often as I can.
So shopping for food, do you find it difficult? Do you have your particular places, your particular items that you always go for?
I love Target for shopping. Specifically the Target in Orlando. It's really good. And I'm referring to the Target over here. I guess it's Kissimmee technically, but it's over here by Disney World. It's a really, really good Target. It's just full of so many different options and the prices are really good. Publix is second. They are constantly updating their plant-based options. Like they recently just got the Beyond Sausage there, which is really cool. And I'd probably also say Whole Foods is just a holy grail, but it's just so expensive.
Yeah. So do you like the meat substitutions?
Yeah, I do actually. I eat quite a few of them. My favorite one is probably Beyond Sausage right now. That thing is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got into oh man, I can't remember the brand. I think it's like Field
Field roast?
Roast or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. I just made it, but my problem is that every time I forget it's not meat and I leave it in a little too long.
And you burn
So
it.
I usually end up burning
Yeah.
it.
Just my favorite thing to do with field roast is take it, like the Italian one, for example. You can take that, make a little bolognese sauce if you saute some red tomatoes, and break up the sausage with your fingers or your nails, whatever. And so you get little crumbles, put it in the sauce, some olive oil. Bruh, it's so good. It's so good.
That sounds really good,
Yeah.
actually. I might have to
Put
do
it
that
over some
tonight.
spaghetti. There you go. That's all you need.
So right now in the Flower and Garden Festival, they have a vegan booth. Have you visited? I mean, dumb question. Have you visited it?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that Impossible Food booth is so unreal. I haven't tried everything, but I had the little, I think it's a kefta ball or like a little meatball thing. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
So that's your pick.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going, get that twice.
Okay. I was on the fence about trying to catch the festival, but I think we're gonna hold out and go to the parks later in the
Yeah.
year. I'm trying to catch Galaxy's Edge.
Oh girl.
I'm hoping.
Me too, but
I know. I don't know if we'd be
I'm gonna
ready.
do it. I'm gonna be there, but it's just,
Yeah.
I'm not excited, but I am at the same time.
I'm praying
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
just the crowds. I'm gonna be in Disneyland for that opening as well.
Okay.
The crowds are just at Disneyland, especially, are just horrendous.
Yeah. I've only been to Disney California Adventure, so I'm planning on taking the kids to Disneyland for D23.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
And I don't know how. Okay, good. You're gonna show me around where to eat then.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, California is amazing. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to a couple of places, but I feel like I haven't done enough. I haven't
Just go to
eaten enough.
Anaheim Packing House and then go to there's like a little ramen bar in there. If you like ramen, that's my like favorite Asian food, I'd say. But if you like ramen, oh my goodness, it's breathtaking. You'll just want to drown in
I wrote it down.
You'll want to drown in it. I'll send you a link.
Okay, I'll take it. I mean, I love food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have to have a ramen date for
Yes,
D23.
yes.
So, what would you say is like your favorite park overall? Well, first of all, how many Disney parks have you been to?
All 6 in America.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's 8. Yeah, because Blizzard Beast and Typhoon.
Yeah.
But I guess my favorite park. This is so hard. California Adventure for sure. Probably
Yeah.
because I don't go often enough and I like want it more, you know.
Uh-huh.
But that is my favorite. Just when they added Pixar Pier, it became my favorite.
So that's your favorite
Yeah,
section.
absolutely. It's so cool.
I just got to ride the
Oh
Incredicoaster.
yes, so fun.
I didn't know that I was supposed to breathe deeply. Well, I had the flu, so I couldn't breathe at all. But I was like, am I supposed to smell cookies?
Yes.
No.
You're like, what is this? I don't get it.
It was amazing. But then, like, when I got off, they're like, oh, did you smell the cookies? And I was like, what? No, I got to try again.
You're like, the nom nom what? Yeah.
So it's definitely on my list to go this summer.
Yes, it's so fun. So fun. Just keep riding it until your sinus passages are clear. You'll be fine.
Exactly. I mean, like, who would have ever thought of doing like a scratch and sniff roller coaster?
I know,
like,
only at Disney, man.
So cool. So, another thing I wanted to, sorry, I don't know why I'm so told that you can smell cookies on a roller coaster.
I mean, it's about embracing your childhood.
That's so true. That's so true. So you do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're modern day Tiana. What is some of the fraction of some of the things that you do?
So I ask myself that question every day. What am I doing? No, but I am a business owner for Attractioneering Trading Company, a small shop. And then I'm also a marketer and designer. I'd probably say I'm that first because that's basically what I do for Attractioneering. But that company is called Carise Design Co. And I basically just, take young companies or older companies, depends on who's coming. And, I'll help them with their logos and their, websites and whatever else they may need to get started and put themselves into the public view. So that's what I do.
Is this something you like always wanted to do your whole life?
Yeah. Ever since I was little, I mean, well, no, let me explain. When I was younger, I wanted to be an artist. And then my mom said, well, artists are cute and everything, but it's hard to make money as an artist. So I thought about it. And then I was like, okay, well, what's things that are like artists that, make money? And then I thought about being an architect and I hated it. Then I ended up going into graphic design and I was like, wow, I like this. And this is like at 10. So I just stuck with it. I ended up going to Florida A&M University for graphic design. I wasn't a fan of FAMU and they were getting rid of my major anyway. So I went over to Full Sail and finished out. And now this is what I do. Been doing it for 2 years.
Wow, that's cool. I love stories when you find your passion early and you follow through because I feel like it's more fulfilling.
Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, and it didn't start this way. I started out I got an internship. I feel like I just told the story as if now I'm a designer now. No, it's a struggle. I got an internship for this small company where the guys, it was all man owned and they treated me like crap and I left. And then I went over to my first corporate job. I was miserable. I worked there for 2.5 years. I did another little tiny corporate job where I could kind of still work my business because it was half work from home situation. And then eventually I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. And I just jumped in my own company. So, but yeah.
And how long have you been doing your own?
That's been 2 years. So overall it's been 6-7 years. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And you get to work with your boo?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He's all right.
Okay. I know. It's like sometimes it's like, yeah, we get to work together, but
Yeah,
we have to
exactly.
work
It's a
together.
good thing and it's a horrible thing.
Yeah, because I don't think there's any professionalism.
No,
Sometimes.
no. It's like in the middle of a meeting, like, what you gonna make for dinner? You know.
Like, you really gonna share that right now? Like,
Yeah, you know, like, hey, I have this mole behind my ear. Like, all right, can we like focus? You know.
like, you know, work time at
Yeah,
work time.
exactly.
Everything else like that. Yeah. So, is it difficult spending that much time
Oh
together?
no, I love him, so it's easy. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. I mean, your shop is
Thank
amazing.
you.
I love the stuff you guys have put out so far, and I'm really excited to
Yeah.
see this new
Yeah, I
design.
mean, there's like more than just one, but yeah, for the thing I'm most excited about, yeah, I'm excited about it. But there's like more purses coming out. We have some more like shirt ideas, some bottle opener ideas, yeah, all kinds of stuff. I'm just excited in general. The shop is crazy. It drives me crazy as well.
It's the life of an
Yep.
entrepreneur. What is one of your like best sellers?
My best seller right now is the Emperor's New Brew bottle opener. And I think that's because Emperor's New Groove doesn't really have any merchandise. So everybody's like craving something. But it's basically, if you remember from the movie, it's like Yzma's potion bottle she holds up that turns Cusco into the llama that he is for, sorry, spoiler alert. It turns Cusco into a llama for the remainder of the movie. So yeah, it's really cool. It's a little nifty thing. It's magnetic, so you can stick it on your fridge. It's really neat. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I've seen it all over. Every time I like see it, it's like sold out. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
I could go on about that. I just restocked it. It goes out like that. Like sometimes I'll look and be like, oh, okay, all right, sold out again.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's a
That's
good problem to have.
amazing. Definitely. Um, well, what is one thing that about yourself that you would like everyone to know?
About myself, that we're hiring.
Okay, what positions?
We're actually interested in someone for the Disney Fox. If you're a videographer or you're good with the camera, please contact us at Carise at thedisneyfox.com. But anyway, about myself, to really answer your question, I would say that I'm a good cook and I try to be down to earth, which I feel like is important to go along with cooking. Because if you're not down to earth, then you probably aren't a good cook. Think about it.
How would you say the food in Disney fares with the food you make at home?
So I would say it fares a lot because like I love fine dining and signature dining at Disney primarily, and I'd say like a lot of the flavors that I'm inspired by make up the flavors that I cook at home a lot of the time. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, like I went to Citrico's. I don't even know if my followers have like gotten this or like picked it up, but like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I went to Citrico's and I had amazing ratatouille, and you know it'll have like zucchini and like you know all these like savory flavors, and the next thing I'll be making is something savory because I just want to experience that again, you know. So I don't know if anybody's picked up on that, but that usually coincides with one another. But it'll do that even more so because I plan on coming out with a YouTube channel for Carise Lene eventually, where I do like cooking and I basically like take Disney recipes that aren't vegan and try to veganize them as best as I can.
Awesome. Well, that was my next question. Like, do you try to hack the recipes?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think about it more than I do it, but yeah, that is something I want to do for sure.
That's awesome. Well, I get most of my recipes from YouTube,
Yeah.
so when you're ready, we'll have you back on and you can do a little
Yeah,
recipe
absolutely. That'd be fun.
counseling.
That'd be fun.
Cool. So if people are looking for you, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Carise Lene. That's Carise, and my middle name Lynee Lene. They can also find me at the Disney Fox. That's me and my boyfriend's Instagram account that we share together. We do Disney updates and things like that. Or you can follow my store at Attractioneering, Attioneering. Attractioneering.
Yes. Don't worry, we'll link it all in the show notes.
Please do. I'm sorry if you couldn't keep up with that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my Instagram handle is Frozen Fantasyland, and I did not realize how difficult it was for people to say that. So I'm like, oh, okay. You learn as you go, right? But I'm not changing.
No, I wouldn't change it either. That's a great name.
And then the @ makes it Afros. But anyway, I'll digress. But anyway.
That's so cute.
So I want to say thank you so much, Carise, for spending some time with me.
Of course.
And chatting with me about vegan life. I'm sure I have plenty more questions that I will be DMing you about for recipes and whatnot, so I can stop raiding the Trader Joe's freezer aisle.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be fun.
But thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on. This was fun.
You've just heard my conversation with Carise. I hope your aspiring vegans out there took my advice and took some notes. And even if converting to a full-time vegan diet isn't for you right now, I encourage you to still give some dishes a try. You never know. If you want to get to know more about Carise and see her vegan recipes, I have linked her website and Instagram accounts in the show notes. The POC-owned small business for this episode is none other than Attractioneering Trading Co. It is a Disney-inspired apparel, accessory, and homeware shop, which is co-owned by Carise and her boo, Steve. Their newest release is now up on their site, so go take a look and see what it is. You will not be disappointed. Check out all their stuff at www.attractioneering.com. A link for their Instagram page and website is in the show notes as well. And as always, if you've enjoyed what you've heard, please be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and share this podcast with all of your friends. And also be sure to join the Afros and Pixie Dust Facebook group so we can share our favorite vegan dishes with each other. So until next time, never stop deep conditioning or pursuing your happiness.